Increasing energy crisis, as well as the difficulty in getting qualified service people out to some of these rural areas.
Basically, it's going to use existing technology, which is available in the market today, kind of a restructure and create new usage.
We're becoming more and more aware of where the weak points are, and there's more pressure on those weak points to improve. And the layers of glass and we're advancing at such a slow rate. We have to rethink it, and I think that this will be the future.
What are the criteria that you're going to be judging on that you feel?
Well, I think it probably will follow the order that y'all have established, but I'm looking for more of not just the innovative idea, but how practical it can be, out in the real world, particularly in the Arctic region, because that's where we live and that's what it's about, from what I understand.
We have the grading rubric, which everybody sees, but I'm particularly looking for a substance, which is someone who's gone maybe a little bit beyond the idea, and maybe they've made a really crude prototype or done some testing or something that maybe proves that that idea is actually feasible.
I think everybody who's involved probably has a whole lot of passion for their idea, but we need to look beyond that to make sure that this is something that can survive in the marketplace. Is this something that people would use on a regular basis? Is this something people would be willing to invest money in, not just to manufacture, but to purchase themselves, to make sure that these really are commercially viable options. We'd like to be able to develop some of those here in Alaska.
Many of them, while I'm thinking of the women with the backpack things, those were good for backpacks, but could also be good for computer bags and many of the broader uses for them, for the ideas, were part of what I thought of.
Okay. What were the two choices that you guys made? What were the two ideas that you decided on?
The battery controller idea, because it has broad applications and is really a key part, as I understand it, of our issues with solar and our issues with wind turbines and with alternative energy. I mean, the big issue is how do we have enough storage capacity to store the wind while it's there and then feed the power back out when it's not there. And the restaurant table ends. And what was interesting about this presentation was I've never been to one of the banquets, and I had visions, that really could allow S-curves and all kinds of interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, lots of different shapes.
And we've long appreciated Frank's innovation at Lavelle's, and so it's kind of neat to see it actually recognized in a formal way, and it's already patented. And there's a runner-up, and we'd love to tell you that. The runner-up is, it was remote sensing oil level. It was an absolute runner-up. Honorable mention is what, if we could have had 3, that would have been our 3rd. So we would like him to know that, and some of our judges would like to buy one.
One of them was the mineral that was able to hold and work with refrigeration, both refrigeration and de-refrigeration. It could replace existing compressor technology. I felt that, as a group, we felt that was our #1 choice because it was really an industry-changing concept. The other one was really a very simple application. It was the lock box for cords, and it just provides a controlled system where for power strips you can lock the cords in so that they don't fall out, can't be pulled out. Easy to produce, would have a low cost, should be highly marketable. We'd see it on infomercials. I mean, it's just a good, clever little idea. And we really wanted to have a 3rd too.
If you could have had a 3rd, what?
The 3rd was the snow skis for the baby carriage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, simple application. It's very regional. It would probably be expensive, but there would be a market for it.
Okay. What would you suggest then to the winners? What would be the next step for them? Do you think?
Well, I think it's going to depend on who the winner is specifically and their particular product. Some of them are pretty close to probably proceeding with patent and then determining a methodology of manufacturing and retailing. And some may go in one direction. Others are more broad application of a new technology that needs to be developed, tested, and then determine how it might be approached in an industry-changing, almost paradigm-shifting approach to technology.
Many of the ideas are in different stages of development. Some of them, I think, like the radiator guy, I would be going to Alaska Marketplace if he hasn't already. I think it's a great idea to talk to in that market. I guess I would sit down and I would say, okay, I've got this money, that's lovely. I've obviously won this award, that's a pretty validating experience. If I'm going to commercialize it or take my next step, I would sit down with a business advisor of some sort to say, what is my next step, and lay out some of those steps. And many of them need to seriously consider patenting, I would also say.
What type of technologies would directly benefit from this?
There were more than 4 people in a party, and they started pulling the tables together.
Sometimes the water will come out under certain circumstances in the vacuum.
Plug it. It's south. Next line.
It's social change.
Correct me, you gotta remember though, that's not replacing a refrigerator, just the compressor.
Yeah, just the compressor.
But I get to award this to Sid